welcome back to a new collection by NBK-Design. It's the Art Crush number 7, and I like to show you what's in the folders and give you some tips and tricks in this video. First of all, the collection looks very colorful and with bold colors like blue, and you get some aqua tones, pink, and a little bit of a gold. But also this collection contains a lot of gesso and neutral colors, and this is what I'm going to show you now. Okay, first of all, we start again with the artsy bits and pieces, and there is only one pack this time, and this is what it contains. We have a lot of artsy bits, 21, and they are very colorful, some with flowers on, and we have some numbers, and then we have a little bit of a black here, and also like this one, when you have a closer look, we have here some old papers, ledger papers, and we have here some stems and stitches and gold splash, and we have here some little birds. They are very cute, and all they have something to attach on your pages. We have here some realistic flowers on top, and also here we have some splats, and yes, very colorful. And then we have gesso pieces. You got 7 different gesso pieces, and they look like this. And here we have some splats. They are, let's open them in Photoshop, and let's create a black background and pull it on top so you can better see how they look. Let's drag and drop that. This is how they look on a black canvas. Yes. So we have here, this is more ornament, and then we have here a script, and here we have also gesso with a little bit of a script paper in the background, and here is again a little bit of a doily to see, and an ornament, and the next one is a kind of old worn paper with plaster and gesso pieces on top. Also we have here some strings with a realistic shadow version, and a sweet pea, which I love. I love this flower, and it reminds me totally on my grandma, and I try since years always to get one, but it seems I don't have the hand for a sweet pea to let them grow. Okay, we have here also a realistic shadow version from the sweet pea. This is the artsy bits and pieces number 1, or no, number we don't have because there's only one pack. This is the preview, very colorful, but also a lot of gesso included. Then I have created something new, eroded frames. So they are frames, they are eroded in different sizes and in different shapes, and how they look. I think I like this one the most. It really looks nice, and you can copy and paste it, maybe blend it on your papers. This one looks a little bit more like a watercolor. Then we have this one with different gesso textures. And here we have a little bit of gold and white. And this one is really like an old frame. And this one is with white. It's also only to see when you drag and drop it on top. And this is how it looks, really eroded, beautiful. Okay. Also, I have attached you an ABR file. So you have all the eroded frames as an ABR file, which gives you another way to use them. So you can only stamp them on your pages, like this one. And then you can use any style on top of it or color. So very versatile to use. Okay, these are the eroded frames from the Art Krishna No7. Next one is the pack with the magic lights and a lot of bouquet I have in here, and especially those ones are perfect when you like to give a photo a kind of color touch. Just let me show you that. Let's open maybe I don't like that one. Let's go here. We open that one. So this is a little bit of a vintage photo, and now when you can drag and drop it, turn around, scale it, and now we can play around with the color settings of your layers. Now we have color burn, which gives your photo another vibe of vintage. Linear burn makes it more intensive. Darken, lighten, screen, and now color dodge. So this one is really nice. So only when you only take pieces from that one. What I now did is to I inverted the magic light. This is something you can also always try when you use a magic light. It can also change totally the look, and it's, let me, where is this? I only can say inverse filter. Why does it here work? Okay. I don't know why I can now change it here when I press my CMD I, so it inverses, so the whole image changes in the opposite color. Okay, and this is what then happens. So white goes into black, and a green goes into a pink, or vice versa. This is how it looks, how you get. And when you press Command I, so you inverse it, and it gets in the total different color. And when you now take the color dodge tool, you get those vintage types colors. Let's try another one. Maybe let's go to this, to my deep, and we use, this is a little bit of a typical photo you may take. in the summer. That's disturbing for me when you have here a white frame. Okay, let's open another magic light. We use maybe that one. Open that one. We drag and drop that on top of our photo. And now we invert it. And let's try now. You can see what you get. And when we go back with the invert, you have colors. Maybe they not fit that perfect, but with the inverting, it looks much better. So that's a little tip for the magic lights, using them in the future. So inverting can also change something that magic light much better fits to your photo. Let's try that one. What it does, we go to color Dutch, and now we invert it, and you can see the yellow on top here coordinates now perfectly with the page. Or we go down with it, and also here it gives a real nice effect. So we can squeeze that and turn it a bit. So we have the round shape here of the pool with the round shape of the magic light. Okay. Yes, this is a little bit of a trick or a tip when you're using magic lights. The next folder, we have the out of the box frames. They have a cute frame this time. A little bit of a gold frame, metallic frame, I would like to say. Also here we have a from pink to aqua, and then we have here the golden one, and then we have here another with the blue and to pink. And yes, those 4 are included in the out of the box frames. I will use another one. Now we start to come into the papers of this collection. The artsy fusion papers are, well, I really loved again to create them. They are wild, especially this one. And don't be afraid to use them. They look very overwhelming, let me say it this way. But try them in different ways. Let's open another one. We have, this is one which is not too overwhelming. And now we drag and drop one of the out of the box frames on top of it. So that's the first step. Now we copy, paste into the layer of the mask on the bottom. So now the paper is on top of the mask. We clip that one, this one, and then we go on top of the mask on the top. Again, paste the paper in, and also here make a clipping mask. So you now have a kind of a included, let me say, background. You created now the background from the out of the box frames. And now you like to add a photo. Let's open another out of the box frame. And we're going to use here and snag here one of the masks, only a mask, nothing more. only the layer of the mask on top. Can we close that? So we use that one, and maybe we use it another one from another out of the box frame, or we can use that one. No, we use that one. We kick that blue one out of the, we turn it around 90 degrees. So now we have a new mask for our photo, and we drag it just underneath the shadow layer. Okay, and let's pick a photo now. Maybe, no, I don't want that from the Zoomy app. I want to go there in the deep. What can we use? Maybe this cutie here. Okay, do we drag and drop that here? So we place now the photo on top of the mask we just snagged from another out of the box frame, and also that one we now clip on this mask. Okay, it's now totally hidden, and let's squeeze that mask a little bit around. Okay, you can see what I now did. If you think now the mask should be more dominant, or the picture itself should be more to see, you can now go, if you have the paint blenders from this collection. Those are this pack. Just go back and I'm gonna show you that. Where is my bridge? Okay, paint blenders from the Painter's Toolbox in this collection. We have this paint and blend dynamic brushes. Okay, I have already loaded them. With a double click they open automatically in your Photoshop. Okay, here we go. Now we choose a little bit of those brushes. Let's use the blend 2. Okay, we stay on the mask, and if you feel irritated by the color, it doesn't matter in that way if you have a black color. When you now start to paint, it only paints over your mask, and the color itself, it doesn't matter. Okay, you see now the picture of the girl is much more to see. And if you now think that the image is now too plain, I also added in this Painter's Toolbox an eraser, which is just hold, these are 2 brushes included. Erase, Painter's Toolbox erase. And if you now pick the erase 2 and go softly over the mask, you must stay on the mask, not go to the picture or anywhere else, stay on the mask. And when you now go over it, let's zoom in, you can see you get back a structure. And now also the paper you have clipped before will look through the photo. So that's something you can play with. You can also go into details and say, okay, that was now too much. You go back, maybe use another blender and softly give the mask again more color so that the face of the girl is again plain. So if I'm gonna show you how the mask looks like now in a separate new. So this is how the mask look like. It doesn't look nice or anything like that, but it doesn't matter in that case because you overlay you overlay your photo with it, and in that case it doesn't matter what color the mask itself is. It only the transparency of the mask is what gives your photo in the end how it looks. Okay, this is something you can create. You can with the out of the box, you can see that you can use out of the box frames in different ways, and that you can combine them also. I have drag and drop now another mask from the template 4 of the out of the box, and this is the pink mask now. So let's use that one on the background. Over here it's a little bit like rolled color, and we close that one. Okay, now let's pick another paper, and let's try here those painterly papers. We drag and drop them into the, and also here we go and clip that painterly paper on the piece of the mask from the 4 out of the box template. That's very complicated a little bit now, but I hope you have a little bit of a clue or understanding what you can also do with and combine your products you have, that you not only need to stay, it's something you can learn to use products you have already ordered and you want to use it again. What you also can do is we delete that painterly paper. You also can clip artsy bits and pieces. Let's open that one. Let's drag and drop that and place it on top, and we make a clipping mask. So now that artsy bit and pieces is here on the corner, attached or clipped, better said. I'm gonna close that all, and maybe we use that one and place that on the underneath it. And let's see what we also can use. Maybe this colorful texture. It's so this is that one, and also here we can drag and drop that, and if you drag and drop it just under the already clipped layer, it clips automatically on the mask. By pressing T, Command T, you can move it around, and you can see now we have a texture, a little bit of texture here, or a little bit of texture here, or we can move it on top so it overlays the artsy bit we have already clipped before. Okay, So we use another one, maybe one with a flower. I think I like to use that one, artsy bit number 2, and I like to have the flower here. Let's pull it just between the already clipped one, press T, and now you can see we can move it around here. But I don't like that, and the flower is now not much to see. Okay, let's make a clone of this layer. We press Command J. Now we have a clone or a copy. We place it now on top, that it stays on the same, and now we're going to make a mask, which is here. Now we're gonna mask it. We go and pick now a brush, the brush tool in our tools, and now we can go into paint and blenders, and we can use maybe the paint and blender 2 again, and we need to check that we have black in foreground. Black needs to be the foreground color, and now we can paint on the created mask here. It's white, and remove a little bit from the artsy bits, and let the flower be how it is. We remove that all what we not want to have. We only like to have the flower that it more pops out. Okay, so here we go, and when we now zoom in, you can see that we here lost too much from the flower, and now we can choose another brush, and we use, maybe I always attach these hard round and soft round, and they are perfectly if you want to remove something or add something. Okay, we stay on the mask. We just blended everything away, but now we change with pressing on your keyboard X, and you will see that the foreground color changes into white now. Okay, pressing X, we have now white in the foreground. Now we can start to paint again on the mask, and you can see that everything we removed before shows up again, because we removed everything on a mask and not the item itself or the element itself. So you are always be sure that you save your elements, that they now that they not get how can I say, destroyed. Because if you do that directly without a mask on your element will be destroyed, and you maybe need to reload it into your canvas again. So everything is better when you remove or add something or want to change something on your element, that you use it and work on a mask. Okay, so we have only here the flower now. It sits on top of it, and I think it looks perfect. Okay, what we can now add as well. Let's see. We use such a little birdie, and we place it on top, and maybe we have here a little bit of in the background. You can see here a little bit of a shape. You see that one? and we place that here on top of it, so you will be sure that gives a page a little bit of a dynamic. Okay, so what we can do now is maybe we add some, oh, this string is nice. Let's see what we can do with it. Okay, maybe make it a little bit smaller and a little bit more smaller. So, okay, a little bit turn it around. Okay, now it looks like that the staple and the string is attached, and it looks very realistic in the end. You have this realistic shadow, which is included in that folder. And what you can now do is something that the string looks in the end as it curls around the frame, and parts of it will be hidden. Okay, for that we click first on the frame. We go and say right mouse, select pixels. Okay, then we go back to the layer of the string. Okay, let's try it this way. Yes, okay. Okay, let me go back. You create on the string a mask. That's the first step. Okay, you have the white mask now. Then you go to the frame. Then you go and select pixels. Okay, and then you go back to the string layer that is here, and be sure that you have checked the mask. You see when you change it that you have here this selected frame, and when you go here it's selected the mask. So that's very, very important. Okay, now you go and check your colors. So they need black and white, and they need to be black in the foreground. You go to your brushes, and we have already selected here something. Let's choose that hard round. Okay, and I only pressed now one time here. You see, wait, I'm going back. Only I deleted now only this part of the string, which gives now the look that it is underneath. Okay, the part of the string here will stay on top. So we follow now the string. What we can also do, we only click here, so we remove that. Okay, this is what now happened. You see that the loop of the string, it goes on top of the frame, then it goes under the frame, and also here on the bottom goes under the frame. And what we also can do now, that we let the string flow under the bird. For that we go to the bird layer. Maybe it's better you rename always your layers when you have them, so you are more, you can find more what you search. Okay, we have the bird. Then we go and select pixels. Okay, now we have the shape of the bird selected, and then we go back again to the string layer. Let's string. Okay, and be sure again to have be on the mask and not on the element itself. Okay. Okay. Now we have again the brush, and we start to remove the string now. Okay. So we have now parts of the string goes over the bird, and then we have a part that goes underneath the bird. So you can make those loops. Okay, that's now very complex, and I think it's very hard to understand. If you like to if you like to have another video doing those curling things, just let me know and know in the comments, and I try to make another video. I know it's very complex to understand, and I know that my English isn't that good that I can pretty well explain you that. Just give me a feedback, and I try my best to teach you that in a better way. Okay, this is how we use now one of the out of the box frames. We used some artsy bits and pieces. We used fusion papers. We used a photo, and we made a curl with the string. And I think what we need is now a word art. So we go back to the, where's my bridge? Word arts here. And let's use the embrace. I think that's something that would fit very well here. Okay. Make it a little bit smaller. And we place it on top here, and then we create a little bit more of a shadow. So we have that really looking 3D. Okay, this is what you can do with parts of the Art Crush No7 collection. We are not through the folders. We stopped by the Art Fusion papers. Some are colorful. We have here some ledger with a lot of gesso. So it's a good combination of colorful, of artsy, of gesso, of old script, and crushed, and folds, and whatever. So I think you will be really happy with that papers. Then we have the painterly papers. They are more bold, and they are very artistic, and I know that papers like this you think, what am I going to do with them? Use them, maybe you want to do a nice card for a friend for a birthday, or how you saw it now in the video before, that you can clip them, that you only have parts of it. So they are also very versatile to use. Then we have the next folder. It's with the solid papers. We have 9 different papers, gold, a little bit of silver, and here is a real neutral brown paper. We have a pinkish, a dark blue, aqua, a rose, and also here is a neutral white, and a little bit of a wooden paper. Just let me show you something. If you have a paper like this, and you now feel disturbed by those really dark, harsh lines, go to adjustment, replace color. Okay, and now a color picker shows up. Okay, click into the dark lines in. Okay, and you go and see in this preview now those dark lines. Okay, this is the selection the picker just made. With the fuzziness, you can increase or make the selection of the colors more or less. Okay, we go straight to 200. Okay, what you now can do is go to lightness and change it, and you can see now it's gray. It gets brighter and brighter. Okay, so you now changed the color, or you made it now brighter. You can change saturation here. What will not change anything, but you can go and change it into white almost. Okay, and you get a little bit of a crease effect now. This is what you also can do if something is disturbing, or you want to change the color of parts of your papers or elements or whatever. That's only a little bit trick on the side. Okay, we are now on the solid papers. Okay, we have now the painter's toolbox. I already showed them now, the paint blenders. I will create a more detailed video for that. Then we have the free color styles. You get this time a color swatch like always, and you have the colors styles itself, and then you have the color overlay. The overlay works like this. Let me show it. We use that word art here we have attached, and those first layers here on top are the overlay colors, and this is what happens now. You can change the color of your word art. If you use only the color styles, they will give your element only a plain color. And if you change it into the overlay, you change everything, and still the tones of your element stays. Okay, but I like it in that kind of. Okay, then we go to the fusion styles. Okay, I already loaded them, and let's try it on such a frame. Okay, we close that one. We use our layout we have already created. We go on the background and create a new layer. We go to the brushes again, and we go to the eroded frames, and let's see which one we choose. Okay, maybe we should go to black, that we can see what we used here. Okay, this is our eroded, and I'm gonna turn off now everything we have. Okay, this is our eroded frame, and now we go to the different fusion styles, and you can see it attaches only a little bit. It's not much to see, but I will stay on that. Okay, Okay, let's paint something on the... We're going to use the brushes again, going back to the paint and blenders. And we use here those paint and blender 12. You can see this is a nice texture. When we zoom in, it's a little bit of like canvas style. So, okay. We painted everything in black so we can see now clear where we have something painted. Okay, now we go to the fusion papers, fusion styles, and you see what we can do here. I like that the most, but also that one with the texture. We have here that one or that one. Also here, that's nice with the rig rack. Okay, these are the fusion styles. We can paint a little bit more, or we can use another one, another layer. We create another layer and go on top of it. Okay, again. So, because we use now the next pack of styles from this collection. Where is the bridge? We have here gesso styles. These are the gesso styles. Okay. Already loaded. Or no. Nope. Going back. Gesso styles. Double click and you see 9 different gesso styles. And now let's click through. We can turn off the, that you see. These are the gesso styles. This one a little bit more. This have like it's a little bit like a brick wall. Here we have a little bit more lines and a little bit arrows here. Then we have here one with ledger paper, vertical lines, and another one with brick walls and more numbers in it. So yes, these are the gesso styles from this collection. And on top we start to put on, now that we have already created, and we create again a new layer for the next layer styles. Okay, double click on them so they load into your Photoshop or Photoshop Elements, and we brush, and we use another brush. We use the Paint and Blenders 13 now. We stay with the black so we see where we paint around. Maybe that one, that's where comes a little bit of the color through. Okay, here we go. So let's turn those off again, that you see the styles. This is now the painters effects. This is pinkish. This is another one with pink, another one with blue. This one here is totally different. Pink. I like that one very. Also that one is really nice. And then we have this one. Let's turn on again our already created things from the layout, and you can see now you have here a little bit of paints here. It really looks like it's almost realistic, those paint strokes here. And now you can go through again your styles and see if there is anything what much more better fits. And I think I like this a little bit more because it more pops out. Let's see what we can do here more. A little bit more here. Maybe we create a new layer again and brush here again over. And we use another one. So we have more blue. Yes, here the blue is nice. And here. It's not much you see then. But all those details, that's what later makes it really artsy. This artsy, artistic style you like to have on your pages. Okay, these are the impasto styles from the Art Crush #7. Then we have a last style set, the mesmerizing. Okay, let's try it another one. And we go back to the artsy bits and pieces. And we use that frame. We drag and drop then. Okay. Press T so we can move it around. Maybe we use it that one. Okay, let's try something. We have now this frame. And now we change the color with the mesmerizing. Now this is really flat here, where the flower did sit again. So let's turn it around, and that we only have the frame itself. Okay, make it a little bit smaller. What I like to have is that the embrace word art is a little bit framed, and this is what we now reach. And I like really this black one here because it also gives a contrast on your page now again. So we have this vertical, we have this horizontal frame it now, we have this horizontal word art, so you get a little bit of a dynamic. You have here a flower where you can look, then the bird. And what we now need, maybe here on this crossing point of the two frames, that we place here something a little bit from the artsy bits. We can use this little bird. Place it on top, make it much more smaller, and let's have this little bird here. Okay, so I think I really like this page now, and it looks really artsy. And we used now we used everything from each solids we don't use, and we didn't use a magic light, but this is what we can do now. Let's try it. Maybe that one. Drag and drop it, place it on top. Okay, it's really bubbly. Okay, we go through the color burst. Ooh, that's nice, but I think I like to have it just underneath the frame. That yes, that's really nice. Look at it. It's just perfect. I need to double it. Maybe turn it around and place that here. So we have here some bubbles, and on top of the girls on bubble. If you now think this is something you don't like, create a clipping mask on the layer with the bouquet, magic light. Okay, create here a mask, and then we remove now the blue from the girl's eye. Okay, we go into the brushes, we check that we have black in the foreground, and maybe we use the soft one so it doesn't work. Why? It works? Why it doesn't work sometimes? The world. Oops. Okay. Oh, yes, I the magic light, I doubled it. I copied it and I made the mask on that one here on the bottom. So we go here and call it magic light top. That's when you not name your layers properly. Okay, magic light top, we are here now. We have the brush here. Okay, we use the soft round. We are looking that we have in the foreground color black, and now we can remove this blue from the girl's face a little bit. Okay, that's it. So we are done. That's colorful. Yes. I hope you like it, and I hope you enjoyed this little unpacking videos, plus some really lots of tips and tricks in this video. Give me some feedback if you like the videos, if you have some ideas what I should explain you better. Only my videos can get better if I get any feedback from you as a customer or a user. Okay, here we go. I hope you enjoyed this video. We're gonna see you next time, and have a good time. Bye.